Hello again. Well, it's brew day and I'm brewing the Fat Angel using my modified recipe to take into account just doing a partial boil, not a full boil. Hopefully this will improve my hop utilisation problem. I've got everything weighed out. I'm just now waiting for the tea urn to come up to steeping temperature, which is 68 degrees. And then I'll add my specialty grains, which is dark Munich, and also most of them are crystal malts. And then we'll steep them for half an hour. I'm going to put, so there's 5 litres of water in here. I'll be putting just shy of 7 litres into the stock pot. We're going to try this heater for the first time, bring that to the boil. And I think I should be able to do all that in the half an hour, so that'll save me some time, and I can put in the dry malt extract and get it all ready so that when this is finished I can just pour the liquid, the wort that's in here, straight into the stock pot, bring it up to the boil, add the hops, and we're away. Okay, I'll come back when this is heated up to steeping temperature. Lovely colour, look at that colour. Take that tray out as well. Can you see the colour? Hope you can. It's gorgeous. This works an absolute treat. Right, let's bring this up to the boil and we'll start adding the hops and making a beer. All the way to max, 3 kilowatts. Well, it's boiling. Only took about 5-10 minutes to bring that to the boil, and it's a nice rolling boil, so we're all set to add the first hop addition. These are Columbus hops, and the ones I got had a very high alpha acid, 15.8%, so I only need to use about 14 grams, so that's what's in here, and we're just going to toss them in. There we go. Now we just wait 1 hour, well 45 minutes, because in 45 minutes I've got to add another hop addition. And that's it, we're finished. I've added the extra malt, the dry malt, and all the hops have been taken out. I'm just going to strain it now into a fermenting bucket, and then I'm going to top up very quickly with cold water because I don't want to let it sit too long, otherwise it can create off flavours, because not all of this malt has been boiled for an hour, so you've got to cool it down very quickly. And I don't have, well I do have a water chiller, but I'm not taking this outside. I don't have water in the garage, so I'm just going to top it up with cold water, and that should hopefully bring the temperature down rapidly. It won't be at pitching temperature, but hopefully it'll be cold enough, and then I can just leave this to sit overnight, and tomorrow it should be at room temperature and I can pitch the yeast. It's also important to note at this point, everything that touches the beer has to be sanitised. So the fermenting bucket's been sanitised, my straining bag's been sanitised, everything is clean. Just need another litre in here, that's 21, and then we can let it sit overnight to cool down. Yeah, it's still off the scale on my little thermometer, so I have to let it cool. Okay, that's it, brew day is now over. It's the next day. I'm just eating a nice plate of saucisson, a French dry cured sausage that I make myself, and there's also some salami there as well, very tasty. The brewing was an amazing success. The temperature in the fermenter this morning was 21 degrees, so I was able to pitch the yeast. I'm using South Ale US04, which is a British ale yeast. The reason being, although Fat Angel is an American beer, it's in the British style, so I'm using a British ale yeast for fermentation. The gravity was 1050, spot on where the recipe said it would be. It said somewhere between 1048, 1051, and it's coming right inside that range at 1050. And after I took the gravity reading, of course, I had a little sample of the taste, and let me tell you, using this partial boil really does boost up the bitterness. The IBUs, or the International Bittering Units, for Fat Angel in the book are estimated to be 28. The Royal Oak Ale I made before, using a full boil, all the malt, that has an estimated IBU of 31, so it should be more bitter than the Fat Angel. But it's not. It's nowhere near as bitter. So it just goes to show, John Palmer's right. The bitterness level is dependent upon how long the hops are in the wort, but also the gravity of that wort. So from now on, all my brews are going to be partial boils. And if you want to know what book I was referring to, I think it was on my last video on Sunday, it's this one by John Palmer. Well, it's John Palmer and Jamil Shainashef, who's an award-winning home brewer, and it's called Brewing Classic Styles. And there, I think it's on page 35, he actually says that isomerization is based on boiling time and wort gravity. So there we go. Now we know why my Warsteiner wasn't bitter. So I'm actually going to make that again before I do it side by side, using partial boil. And why my Royal Oak wasn't bitter. I mean, there's a little bit of bitterness in them, but nothing like what it should be. And it's because I was putting all the malt in. So a great success. I've learnt from this brew day, and all my extract brews from now on will use partial boils. Just use half the malt, get the gravity in the stock pot the same as the final gravity it's going to be when it's in the fermenter, the starting gravity at fermentation. So that's it. That's my brew day. Hope you've enjoyed watching, and maybe on Sunday I'll talk about my saucisson and let you know how I make it. At the moment my fridge is full with brisolas. I'm doing duck prosciuttos, I've got salamis in there. It's a bit too full, but next time I make it I will make a video, but probably do a taste test on Sunday. But it's good. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.